What's it's your boy. Man, we back today with we got another crime documentary. Let's go ahead and lock in, man. Let's get to it early. Fuck it. Also, basically the husband uh he killed his wife and he found out that she was still breathing. Let's get to it, man.
911.
Beaumont 911. What is the address of your emergency? Olivia! Please, hurry. Customer, take the gun. Tell me what's going on. I'm at home. My wife been shot in the head. Please. Somebody shot in the head. My wife, please. Tell me, okay. Where is she shot? In the head. Okay, where in the head? Take it and it went off. Okay. I want you to try to control the bleeding.
As soon as the call disconnected, officers headed on their way to the Beaumont, Texas home of Chris and Olivia, located at
Somebody got shot in the
5575
head.
Pine Bur Boulevard. At 8:55
What?
a.m., they arrived. Officer Otis Butler was met by a familiar face, 40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones, who was visibly distressed. Officer Butler was close friends with Chris and his wife Olivia. His body cam was rolling while Chris urged the officers to hurry into the house.
She in my bedroom. In the bedroom, broken down on the dresser. Come this way. Okay. Please come this way. This way.
What's up, Kyrie?
As alluded to earlier, the officers made their way to the bedroom and found Olivia lying on the floor.
Baby!
Sir. Okay. Step back.
What's up, Mr. Butler?
Commercial? No way. Like right now, a commercial?
I tried to take it.
Get him.
Mom!
Olivia was found face down with a gunshot wound to the back of her head. Astonishingly, she was still breathing. When the officers rolled her over, they discovered that the bullet had pierced through her right eye. The room she was found in was covered in blood, with spatter all over the walls. The paramedics arrived, and while they tended to Olivia, the police secured the area. Officer Butler had Chris walk him through the events leading up to the shooting.
What happened? We had this agreement. And I say, baby, if you're not working with
That's
me,
flag number one. We had disagreement.
we've been doing this. My 19-year-old stepdaughter was 8. My 11-year-old was 1. I said, Olivia, we can't get it together. We can't be together. We got several. And I say, I just want a divorce.
Flag number 2.
Her reaction
Flag
was,
number
"You
3.
got a gun?"
What the
I said, "Give me the
fuck?
gun." She like, I don't remember which hand.
Then she
I'm
got
like,
the
"Give me that
gun.
gun. What is you doing? Stop trying to scare me." I took it. So when you grabbed it, went off.
You took it.
I grabbed it and she yanked back. And the gun went off. Okay. The gun went off.
Chris's story
Oh,
immediately
man.
set off red flags. How could such a large man be overpowered by his
What I
significantly
say
smaller
here?
wife? Chris
Red
dropped to
flag.
his knees in anguish, but there were no tears as he asked Officer Butler if he could go check on Olivia.
He playing this off like
You don't need to go in there, okay? Is she alive?
he trying to get an award.
Still got him. Is she alive, Mr. Butler? Please don't tell me she's alive and she's not. Yeah, when I saw her, she was. She was talking? She wasn't talking. Is she breathing? It looked like she was breathing. Ooh, good. Don't go in there, sir. Sir, I need you to stay right here with me, okay? And calm down. Calm down?
Upon learning that Olivia was still breathing, Chris's reaction seemed strangely devoid of relief or happiness. Another red flag for Officer Butler. Back inside the home, Olivia's wounds proved to be fatal, and just after 9 a.m., she was pronounced dead. Officers searched the rest of the home and noticed that in addition to the surveillance cameras installed on the exterior of the house, there were 2 more cameras mounted in the living room, monitoring the interior of the house as well. They also discovered
had
the
them
gun that
cameras
Olivia
up.
was shot with, a 9mm pistol covered in blood. However, they found it strange that the gun was in a different room from where the shooting took place. If Olivia was holding the gun when it went off, how did it end up in a different room? The only logical answer was that Chris must have moved it. Following this discovery, the officers decided that the best course of action was to detain Chris until they had a better understanding of what really happened. As Chris was getting handcuffed, his 19-year-old daughter, Ariel, arrived at the house. She had already been contacted by Chris, who told her what had happened. She was clearly devastated. While the officers tried to console
That's the
Ariel,
worst,
Chris
bruh.
was escorted to the back of a police cruiser. Lead Detective Mendy Freeman and Sergeant Yvette Barrero of the Forensics Unit arrived at the residence and were immediately caught up to speed.
According to him, she grabs a 9mm in that bedroom. And she did that. He claims he reached for the gun to try to get it from her. And when he reached for it and they struggle over it, boom.
At that moment, Olivia's sister Angela arrived at the scene, and Ariel once again broke out into hysterics. All of the evidence was collected and sent to the crime lab. Chris was brought
So
down
where
to the
is he?
station
She
where
looking
they
for
took
that,
photos
Megan.
of his hands still covered in blood.
They're waiting for the lead detectives. They're going to be the ones that actually interview you. So
When the detectives finally arrived at the station, they started Chris's interview by asking him what caused the argument. He said that he felt as if Olivia wasn't pulling her weight in the relationship.
I am very particular. If you heard that, that's true. I am very particular. You strive for the best for people. I work really hard, and I don't make excuses for myself, and I don't accept excuses for anybody else.
After telling her that he wanted a divorce, she went to the bedroom and grabbed the gun.
what did you say?
Really? You serious? Really? This is not going to solve anything.
Okay.
You know, this is not. You do not want to do that. Put that freaking gun down before you make a mistake and hurt yourself. She was crying. She was crying.
Chris handed over his cell phone, which had access to the home security camera footage.
Say if you want to access just that camera, you touch that. And that's just that camera. Okay. Go, you follow what I'm saying?
So far, let's go back to devices.
Yes, sir. And everything is labeled.
Carport, backyard, front door, back door, laundry room, inside garage, living room, kitchen.
The police examined this footage, hoping to corroborate Chris's story. At 8:41 a.m., Olivia can be seen going about her morning routine in the kitchen. Then, all of a sudden, the footage cuts out. 3 minutes later, at 8:44 a.m., the video is back up.
Bro, why?
Back up, and Chris is
I
captured
don't know.
frantically pacing around the house while on the phone with 911. 11 minutes later, at 8:55 a.m., the responding officers can be seen entering the residence. That means that Olivia must have been shot during this 3-minute gap in the footage. In the interrogation room, Chris was asked why this footage was missing. He claimed that he had no idea.
We're still trying to pull up these videos here.
Why would there be no recordings on it? I don't know. It should be. Everybody that went in that house should be.
So all your other cameras work, but that one camera stopped working when the last time he seen her, and she died after that. Shit ain't adding up, big dude. I ain't gonna lie.
On it. But like I said, the internet, you can go through days and it pretty much does it. We shouldn't have bought that. You just keep, like, you can pick whatever day you want and it's never going to be consistent. That's why I said it was a waste of money.
Well, I'm wanting desperately to find some video on here that corroborates what you're telling us, but almost all the videos start right after this event happened.
Chris had a bunch of excuses, from internet problems to not charging the camera properly. But at this point, the detectives were taking anything Chris said with a grain of salt. It seemed more likely that Chris, the only one with access to the footage, had tampered with it. Since they did not have the video, they had Chris reenact the moment that he tried to disarm Olivia.
Now go ahead and do my initial. She pulls it. Give me the. Okay. And I go. I'm sorry.
You're good.
No, you're good.
I don't sit here.
I'm sorry. You're fine.
I like the chair, man.
I'm reliving it. You are? I'm reliving it.
So she should be shot.
What?
In the back of her
Was you
right
that happy to relive that moment, my nigga?
I Did you feel me twist your? Did you feel me twist?
Back here.
Did you feel me twist your? I twisted.
He
With
trying to
each
make her
question
believe
asked,
it.
it seems as if Chris was improvising the answer, actively trying to make the puzzle pieces fit together rather
Oh God.
than telling the truth. The detectives ended their initial interview feeling more suspicious of Chris than ever. They then moved on to other members of the family, starting with Olivia's sister, Angela.
Olivia Jones is your sister, right? We've been talking a lot lately. We talk every day. I drop her baby to her at the tax office. She's always
Show
been
ass,
timid
Mr.
about
Postman.
everything. But she was the type that whatever went on in their home, she would keep it there.
Yeah. Kind of a private.
Right, private person.
Yeah.
She loved her baby so much that she thought she had to live for them. You know, she would never.
Angela went on to reveal the extent of Chris's control over Olivia.
She can't talk on the phone after a certain time. He controlled the finances. He never wanted to.
That
be in
nigga
the
like, get
presence
your
of her
ass in
family.
bed. Fuck you talking about?
Family reunions, anything. He never came. But she would have to step off, and when he would call, and all you could hear was him screaming and yelling on the phone. His character is agitation. Like, his character is to be aggressive. I just don't get it.
No.
Because all she wanted, my sister was a married type. All she wanted was to be loved.
Yeah.
She loved love. Like, she loved her babies. She wanted to live for her babies.
To make matters worse, Chris's ex-wife Letitia, who he initially met back in 1999, corroborated his pattern of controlling and aggressive behavior.
I met Chris Jones in 1999. It was just like a constant fight. Like, he strangled me, choked me out, drugged me through the house. My skin was missing off my back. One time he bit my hand. He had this bite marks in my hand. This was what it was. If the house not clean, he's told me that he would kill me if I was to ever leave him. Told me how he would do it. The reason I never said anything or went for help was because I was extremely in fear of my life. Because I knew and I felt in my heart that he would kill me.
And most damning of all were the allegations made by Olivia's daughter Ariel during her interview. She explained what it was like living at the house with her mom and Chris.
One time they were arguing and I heard her say she couldn't breathe. I would see bruises on her. It broke her down to the point where she believed.
Yeah,
what
he's
he said.
done.
You won't be nothing without
His
me,
ass is
stuff like
fried.
that. Right. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows my mom. Everybody knows that we were her world.
With each person interviewed, the allegations against Chris were stacking higher and higher. They doubled back with him, urging him to tell the truth about what actually happened to the missing footage.
To be honest, I videos.
I look guilty.
No,
If I deleted those videos, I look guilty.
not if you say right now, what you just said a little while ago. I freaked out. I panicked. I did some stuff I shouldn't have done. Is that one of them?
Yes.
How many did you delete?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just afraid of being blamed for something I did do something that looks really bad on me.
All right, look, I don't know who need to hear this, but my man just tried that new
Damn,
100 milligram
bruh.
generic Viagra for only 87 cents a pop.
While the
You're
confession was a
done.
much-needed win for the detectives, there was still no trace of those crucial 3 minutes of footage. However, the detectives did their due diligence. They spent the days combing through all available footage from the house to see for themselves what daily life was like for the Jones family. In these recordings, the true nature of Chris and Olivia's relationship was on full display.
Then you gonna be looking stupid. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor, Mike. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the floor. Look on the Why is that like that? You're not paying attention. What the
Hey, Leah.
a minute ago. That's your mother.
This nigga right here.
Look at you
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
playing with you. Lazy.
Putting
You
your
wanna do
hands
some
all
shit.
on your wife like that is
Give me that.
crazy.
You got all the goddamn answers. You don't do a goddamn thing around this.
Yelling at her like
Right.
she's a kid is
This
crazy.
your ass did this. That's clean this. That's clean.
I didn't want to. I
You
can't think
overly aggressive, my nigga.
You look at it. You don't pay attention what the fuck you doing. You all over the place, Olivia. You ain't got the chance to claim no fucking law. Food on the wall. Who you burning now?
Me.
Harriet don't live here. It's you. It's always been you.
Chris would take any chance that he could to bully Olivia, constantly putting her worth into question, even humiliating her in front of her own daughter.
When I got the show ass, you didn't have a job. You collected unemployment. You just had off. And most men in this world want a woman that got what? You wouldn't be doing this if I wouldn't have got upset. You would have bagged that. Life would be so much easier for me if you start thinking. You do dumb because you don't think.
This footage shed light on Chris's true colors and confirmed the allegations of abuse from Olivia's family. Detectives also looked into Chris's criminal records and discovered that he had a history of violent charges, including multiple assaults in 1996 and a
Boy, what the fuck? What is this? Oh my God. You deserve to be locked up for that shit right there.
domestic assault in 1998, which landed him in jail for a brief period of time. Even though they were still waiting for ongoing forensic analysis results, authorities believed that they had enough evidence to place charges against Chris.
News this morning, a Beaumont man is now facing murder charges in a Valentine's Day shooting of his wife. Police say this man, Christopher Ray Jones, who worked as a correctional counselor at the Beaumont Federal Prison, killed his wife, Olivia.
Chris was charged with first-degree murder and second-degree manslaughter in April of 2019. But unexpectedly, within 24 hours after being charged, he was released on a $150,000 bond and was put under house arrest with a GPS monitor.
Now a man charged with murdering his wife is back at their home.
40-year-old Christopher Ray Jones was arrested and charged
24
with shooting
hours?
his wife in the face on Valentine's Day. His bond was set at $150,000. He paid and is now out.
Many taking to social media to voice their concerns, stating things like, "Can't believe he's out on a $150,000 bond. That's crazy. What's wrong with our system?" And, "Can't believe they would make his bond so low that he got out. He should not be walking the streets."
While out on bail, Christopher was allowed to continue operating the Jones family business, a food truck called One Plate at a Time. The judge allowed Chris to work while out on bail since the food truck is directly beside his home. However, this decision was controversial amongst Olivia's family and the community. They knew Chris was the only person with Olivia at the time of her death, and they all seemed to believe that he had killed her.
This food truck on Concord Road in Beaumont is a hot topic on social media. It's not generating rave reviews from many, but condemnation from a grieving family.
I don't see how would anyone want to support someone who murdered their wife on Valentine's Day, which is a day that we are supposed to celebrate love. And the day that she was going to celebrate that with him, he decides to take her life.
Chris's image was tainted even further when the results from the crime
Yeah,
lab came
he's
in. The
done,
bloodstain
so
patterns at the crime scene
I'ma keep
indicated
saying
that the
that shit,
gunshot
I ain't gonna
wound
lie,
could not have
he's too
happened in the
done.
way that Chris described it. Additionally, investigators found no gunshot residue on Olivia's hands, indicating that there was no way she was holding the gun when it went off. There was, however, gunshot residue on Chris's hands and clothing. Despite all of the evidence pointing towards Chris, he pled not guilty to his charges. But before his trial would take place, Olivia's
This
family held a
nigga here,
gathering to
bro.
honor her memory.
Do you want to take a second
He
to tell
deserve
you that
it.
I think it's really
He
important.
deserve
I'm a huge
everything that
advocate
he's
for mental
gonna
health on
he's
this
getting.
page, you guys already know, especially as someone that struggles with
This Valentine's Day,
Praying for you.
purple and red balloons filled Rogers Park.
Purple means domestic violence, and red was one of her favorite colors.
1 year ago today, Joshua Simmons lost his sister.
Valentine's Day was one of her favorite holidays.
I would give almost anything to have her back right now.
What's this year been like for you and your family?
If you can wrap it up in one word, it would be frustrating.
Frustrated with the fact that Jones isn't behind bars. Now the family wants to raise awareness for domestic violence, but more than anything, they want justice for Olivia.
We want him to spend the rest of his life in prison, while my sister spend the rest of her life in the grave.
After finally having an opportunity to celebrate Olivia's life, her loved ones would once again have to face her death during Chris's upcoming trial. The courtroom was packed with family members from both sides. It had been over 3 years since Olivia's death, and despite the clear tension between the two families, they all wanted the same thing: justice for Olivia. Prosecutors Jimmy Ham and Mike Laird described Chris as an abusive partner with a violent past, and it was only a matter of time before something like this happened. Chris's defense attorney, Ryan Gertz, argued that Chris only grabbed the gun because Olivia was recklessly handling the weapon, putting both herself and Chris in a dangerous predicament. Forensic pathologist Celestina Rossi provided critical bloodstain analysis and confirmed that Olivia did not have any gunshot residue on her, contradicting the defense's claims that her death was merely an accident. The testimonies and evidence combined ultimately overpowered the defense team, and on February 8, 2022, Christopher Ray Jones was found guilty for the murder of his wife, Olivia Jones.
1,118 days. That's how long Olivia Jones's family says they've waited for this moment. The moment when Olivia's husband, Christopher Jones, was found guilty of murder. Olivia died at the hands of her husband on Valentine's Day 2019, and instead of spending a lifetime behind bars,
we elected to agree with the state to a 30-year.
Hold on.
spending a lifetime behind bars.
We elected to
Cut that shit off, nigga. Why are you holding on to that? That shit off.
agree with the state
Pissing
to a
me off.
30-year sentence
Fuck.
because of the potential risk of, an even higher sentence.
In exchange, Christopher waived his right to
Stupid
appeal the
ass nigga.
conviction. After the judge handed down the sentence,
Fuck.
Olivia and Christopher's two daughters took the stand. Looking directly at their father, they described the impact of Olivia's death. The youngest daughter, who was only 11 when her mother died, said, quote, "I'll forgive you one day, but right now I can't." Throughout the trial, the prosecution described a history of abuse that finally blew up. Defense attorney Ryan Getz argued a different version of events.
I think that we'll never know what happened in that room. Ultimately, my impression from the jurors is that they just didn't believe Chris's version of events, and that really only left the one alternative.
This was an emotional day for Olivia's family. As they were leaving the courtroom, they were encouraging each other, saying, "Today was all about Olivia and she won."
Christopher Jones is currently serving his sentence in the John M. Wynn Unit in Huntsville,
She got her justice. Well, man. So as y'all can see, as y'all can see, man, she got her justice. She's probably in jail. I hope he cut that shit off. I'm out.